If you are thinking about signing up to Xero, I want you to watch this before you go any further. Xero is an excellent piece of software. I use it myself every day for almost 10 years. But that doesn't mean that every business should use Xero. Xero can be brilliant when it fits your business properly, but it can be also expensive, frustrating, and completely unnecessary for others. In this video, I'll walk you through who Xero is genuinely good for, who it might not suit, and what I personally love about it, and what still frustrates me after using it for years. And then you can decide whether Xero actually makes sense for your business. Before we get into it, just a quick disclosure. I'm a Xero partner and there is a Xero sign-up link in the description below. If, after watching this video, you decide that Xero is the right fit for your business, you can check out that link. It will give you 90% off from the monthly subscription fee for 6 months. But again, I want to be upfront at the start. This video isn't about convincing you about signing up to Xero. Not at all, because honestly, not everyone should. So let's start with the real question. Should you use Xero? The answer is maybe. Not because Xero is bad. On the contrary, it is a powerful cloud accounting and bookkeeping system. But because an accounting software is only useful when it matches the way your business actually works. Before you decide, you need to think about what you actually need from an accounting perspective. Once you know that, you can decide whether Xero is the right tool for your business or not. For example, if you have a very small side hustle, only a handful of invoices a month, very few expenses, no payroll, and you are not GST registered, then a simple spreadsheet may be enough for you to track your financials. There is no point in paying for accounting software if you are only going to use a tiny fraction of it. On the other hand, if your business has more moving parts, Xero starts to make a lot of sense. If you are using payment platforms, have a significant number of business transactions, maybe employees, and also you need to pay superannuation, or you are registered for GST, then a spreadsheet will quickly become messy. This is where Xero becomes useful. Xero's ideal users are the small and medium businesses. But I want to be clear, it's not purely about revenue. I have worked with businesses turning over tens of millions of dollars with 50 plus employees that still use Xero successfully. So the question is not just how big your business is, but the better question is how complex is your business's needs in accounting terms and whether Xero can accommodate those or not. Let me give you one example. If you're running a mid-sized warehouse with high transaction volume, there are far better systems out there for you. Xero's built-in inventory management system is rather weak, and it won't meet your needs at all. So instead of integrating multiple third-party apps into Xero, may not worth the effort. Now let's talk about what Xero does well. The first thing most business owners love is invoicing. And to be fair, Xero does this very well. You can generate an invoice quickly, send it directly from Xero, and it actually looks decent. You can also easily turn a quote into an invoice, set up repeating invoices, send invoice reminders, and set up and use online payments. That can save a lot of time, especially if you are still creating invoices manually, saving them as PDFs, writing separate emails, attaching PDFs to each of them, and then trying to remember who has and hasn't paid. The second thing Xero does well is storing receipts and bills. You just snap a photo with your phone and you can upload them directly into Xero through HubDoc app or Xero directly. That means that you are not relying on a shoebox full of fading receipts. And if you have ever tried to find a receipt from 8 months ago, you know how valuable that is. The third strong feature, especially here in Australia, is payroll. Depending on your Xero plan, payroll is included for a certain number of employees. Even the smallest package includes payroll for one person. You can process pay runs, file single-touch payroll to ATO, and pay superannuation through AutoSuper with a click of a button. And that is a big advantage for many Australian small businesses. The fourth feature I really like is tracking. Setting up tracking categories is a brilliant little feature that allows you to separate different business or product lines of your business. For example, if you operate cafes at 3 locations, you may want to see the financial performance for each location separately. Or let's say if you are a coach, you may want to track your online courses income and expenses separately from your in-person workshops. This is how Xero can help you understand what is actually happening inside your business and help you make better business decisions. And that is the real value of an accounting software. Now, let's talk about the question I hear all the time. Can a business owner do their own bookkeeping in Xero? Yes, of course, but not always, and not automatically. Xero is a super user-friendly software with a lot of inbuilt automation, but it's not magic. You still need to understand what you are doing. You need to learn how the software works, and also you need to know the accounting basics. What an asset, a liability, an expense, what's the difference between bills and spend money transactions, and so on. And you also need to know how to check the accounts regularly and what to look for especially, and whether your reports actually make sense. And this is where a lot of business owners get caught, to be honest. Many think that because Xero is automated, the bookkeeping will look after itself. But Xero isn't a set and forget it tool. That said, I have clients who learn Xero properly. They took the time to learn and understand the software. They also block out half a day each week in their calendars to keep their file up to date. They ask for my help only when something unusual comes up. But I have also cleaned up a Xero file where the business owner had been doing their own books for 2 years without really checking what was happening. After 2 years, they realized that their profit and loss statement just didn't look right. Nothing was reconciling at all, and the bank balance showing in Xero was around $150,000 higher than the actual bank balance. And that is not a small difference, not a little bookkeeping issue. That was a serious problem. I've seen a lot of things in Xero, but cleaning up that file was one of the biggest jobs I've ever done so far. So the important lesson is this: Xero is extremely user-friendly and it has huge range of automated features. But that doesn't mean you don't need to actually do the work, understand your file, check your numbers, and ask for help if needed. Now let's talk about what I don't like about Xero, because there are definitely things I don't like. The biggest frustration for me is support. For the matter of fact, the lack of it. There is no simple hotline where you can just call and speak to someone. Most of the time, you are dealing with support tickets and back and forth messages. And also, it's not unusual to get a bunch of links pointing to the help menus first that you have already actually read before you lodge the support tickets. Then it can take several rounds of correspondence, often with a different person each time, before you get any real support. And sometimes that is fine, but when you are dealing with something urgent or important, it can be really frustrating. The second issue is price. And yes, the prices have increased recently multiple times. Xero is not the cheapest option. Price does matter, especially for small businesses. But I wouldn't judge Xero only by the monthly subscription fee. The better question is for you: will this system save you time, reduce confusion, and help you understand your numbers and make better business decisions? If yes, the cost may be well justified. If no, then even a good system can feel very expensive. The third issue is that some Xero features are quite basic. Inventory is one example. If you have a simple stock setup, Xero may be enough. But as I mentioned before, if you run a warehouse, manage a large number of products, complex stock movements, or need advanced inventory control, Xero's built-in inventory will probably not be enough. You may need a third-party app to fill the gap, and that adds cost and complexity. The same applies to some other areas like rostering, complex payroll structures, job management system, project costing, and advanced reporting often need additional add-ons. The good thing, though, is that Xero integrates with a lot of apps. The bad thing is that every extra app means another subscription, another setup, and another moving part, to be honest. And lastly, there are customization options in Xero, but not as much as business owners would expect. Invoice branding can be limiting for some businesses, and email templates are a bit basic, to be honest. We can find workarounds, but they are time-consuming to set up, and they are adding fractions to the process. And as we are talking about emails, one thing that surprises many of my clients is that Xero doesn't keep a log of emails we send through Xero. Now, with all of that said, I truly believe Xero is a strong accounting system for many businesses, but it may not suit every business. If your business is very simple, Xero may be an overkill. If your business is highly complex, especially around inventory or operations, Xero needs multiple add-ons, or rather may not be the best core system at all. Any piece of software is only good value when you are actually using the features that matter to your business. So don't sign up just because someone says everyone in the business uses Xero. And do not sign up because you think bookkeeping will suddenly become automatic and you won't need to do anything to get a nice and useful report on your business finances. Sign up because Xero does suit your business. It fits how your business actually works and the features are useful to you. And sign up if you are willing to either learn the system properly or get help setting it up and reviewing it. Now, if you have watched this video and you still think Xero is the right fit for your business, remember there is a link in the description with that special offer I mentioned. Just to be upfront, that is my Xero affiliate link, so I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you. One last thing before you go. If you do decide to sign up to Xero, please do not rush through the setup. Your initial settings are critical. Your chart of accounts, tax and payroll settings, bank feeds, invoice settings, and opening balances can all affect the quality of your records later. Most things can be fixed, but it is much cleaner to get them right from the start. I also have a short training course where I walk you through the steps of setup, link in the description. If you have any questions, as usual, leave a comment below. And you already know the drill. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to my channel or sharing it with someone you think would benefit from it. See you in the next Xero tutorial.